Hi, this is Kikas Cooking. I'm back again. Today we're going to make Mexican meatball soup. So, I got a ton of ingredients, got my pot, got everything we're going to need, and first we're going to start off by making the broth so we can start simmering and get hot. So, large measuring cup. Get myself some hot water. This measuring cup holds 8 cups. I'm only going to fill it to 6 cups. Mexican meatball soup is really, really good. The first time I made it was whenever I had the flu last year, and I love it. So, we got here a little less than 6 cups, but with this chicken base that I'm about to add, it'll even it out. Now, we use base instead of bouillon because you can control the sodium much better, nice large wad, than, say, the bouillon, because bouillon is very, very, very high in sodium. So you just want to mix that a bit. And break up that chunk as best as possible before you get it in the pan. Let's see what we got here. I think we've done a fairly good job of breaking that big bad boy out. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take it on over to the stove. This is a large pot, but we're a large family, so testy little stove. I won't need that again. So, put this base off to the side. Won't need that for a bit, and I'm going to get started on cutting our vegetables. We have zucchini, yellow squash. I got a yellow pepper because it's fun and colorful. And then a chayote. It's a Mexican squash, and it's very, very good. And I always think that they look like angry little squash because they have that mouth and they just go because that's what he would say. Cut the ends off. Slice it down the middle so that you have a nice flat area for it to go on the cutting board. And slice it again so that they're nice uniform pieces. So see, they're all about the same height. See, looks like this one was getting on. So, we want tiny thin pieces. I'm just going to go with that angle so it looks interesting. Make them kind of thin. The thinner they are, the faster that the vegetable will cook. So I want a different knife for this. I've got my little song solo. So, we're going to keep doing like this with the zucchini and then we'll come right back. Alright, how I like to cut my peppers is cut around the crown and then you cut it in half. And always, please practice safe knife usage. Pull out the crown. All in the trash area, and now we're going to cut it in half. Alright, now you'll see all this fiber and all these seeds. They're not very yummy. I mean, they don't particularly taste bad, but you don't want to get them in your soup. So we're going to cut that all away. I like to tap them lightly on the cutting board to get loose ones. this one once again. We're going to start cutting them. Flesh side up, almost messed up, so that you're not bruising and ripping the flesh, because it is picky. Now let's do this one more time. It's nice thin strips. The thinner you get them, the better. If you can't cut that thin, cut this in half and it'll make up for the size. Okay. I'm sure that was totally impressive cutting. I think I'm just going to do half the pepper. So if you're cutting it about this size, I was doing it for an example, and for laziness, just take it like that afterwards. Just cut it in half, and the difference will help dictate that they will cook evenly. Alright, so as I said, we have a chayote. You can get them at Walmart. They're not very expensive at all. They're generally available. See? It's got a little bit of that in the middle. You can cut it away. Go ahead. I will probably cut them into tiny cubes. Little bud. Alright. When you're cutting, I have a hard time remembering, but try and do that with your fingers so that it avoids, you'll cut your knuckle, but you won't cut your fingertip off. And that's, you know, a bit easier to heal. So, I personally love cutting my vegetables. When I was younger, that's what I would do. I'd be the veggie cutter for all of my mom's recipes. But there's a lot of shortcuts you can use, like say in the frozen department. There's a lot of soups that their base point is going to be onions and peppers. Well, at Walmart and at Kroger, they have these called seasoning mixes, yeah. And you just pick them up at Walmart, and they're just in the frozen department. You just keep them in your freezer till you use them, and you just dump the package in. And it makes things a lot faster. And say you don't cry whenever you're doing cutting the onions, which I have to do, and I'm probably gonna cry on the internet now. But can't skip that onion. I love the taste of the onion. So the more uniform the pieces are, of course, the cooking will be more even. The cooking will be, and so you won't have barely cooked sections next to, well, uncooked. Very, very, they'll have a bite still. I'm going to go over and grab myself an onion.